Hello, hello. What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning in to Soulcast. This is a podcast where we allow the soul to broadcast information, knowledge, wisdom, quotes, opinions, and so much more. Reminding everyone who is listening that this is only, and I mean only, for informative purposes. I only speak from my own experiences, okay? What is spoken on Soulcast are my truths, my beliefs, and it's all based off of what I've learned from others around me, what I've read in books, and what I experienced entirely on my own. Soulcast is here to express, shine light on, and challenge all things mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical. Everything is up for discussion over here, okay? Feel free to email us for topics you'd like us to discuss. It'll be below in every episode details, okay? Now, let's get into the good stuff. I'm Meela Nunez, your host. Let's talk about it. Hey, y'all. Whew. Today is July 16th, 2024. And if y'all know me, y'all know July 16th is probably one of the most challenging, difficult, and honoring days that I have to celebrate. It has been officially 2 years since my brother has died. And it doesn't ever really get easier. I'm just now being able to say Jamel died. I'm just now being able to say he died. He's dead. Instead of, oh, he passed or he's no longer here. It's been a very hard 2 years, you know. I went through a lot. My family has went through a lot. And it's just something that doesn't get any easier. You just feel that void. That void is there. If you hear that, that's Hazel, which was my brother's dog, Jamel's dog. She's now mine. I have taken her on as my responsibility. Love and hate relationship, I promise. But yeah, it doesn't get any easier, and you have to feel that. You know, every time I think about him, every time I talk about him, it's one of those like slap in the faces or like a halt. And you're like, oh my God. Shit. Damn. Whoa. You know, all these things. I miss him so much. You know, in this part of grief, nobody really talks about, nobody talks about how everybody moves on after the year or after the time, has passed and everybody moves on with their life. Nobody talks about what the grievers have to go through, especially the family, especially those close friends, those loved ones that are like really tight with this person. It's hard, our lives changed. The way we view life has changed. And for me, like, a lot has changed. There's a lot of people complaining and there's a lot of people saying this and that or everyday life. But don't you understand how many people would want their person back to be able to experience this everyday life that you so-called don't want to do? You so-called complain about, or this life that you are living is terrible and trash. Take ownership of that. Grab life by the fucking balls and keep it pushing and tell them what's happening, because you never know when it's going to be your last day. People always say, seize the moment, seize every moment, because honestly, that's what my brother would do. My brother did not let life take over him, or he was really good at hiding. We all are. But he didn't care. he was the type that's like, I'm going to do what I want to do when I do it, however I want to do it. And I respected the hell out of him for it. I can be like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. Or somebody else would be like, hey, Meela, you should probably not do that, Jamel. Like, he's like, okay, thanks for your 2 cents, but I'm going to do it anyways, or I'm not going to do it. Like, it was that it is what it is mentality. I'm going to do it or I'm not do it. And I'm going to stand by my choice. The confidence that this boy carried, man. The confidence in his will. Like, he has a very strong will. Like, there were so many times in his life where, like, I thought I was gonna lose him. Like, not everybody knows, but he was in like in an induced coma. God, that was so hard to say. It was just so many I's, and stuff. But yeah, he was in an induced coma for like 5 to 7 days, I think. And, I was scared, he was in and out of the hospital his entire life. And he is someone who has went through so much, faced death and kicked death in the ass every time, and he lived a very fulfilling and long life, like, with all the hospital visits, with all these things that he had to go through, his asthma, his severity of his asthma, like, all this stuff, like, he didn't let it stop him, He used to tell me, like, man, like, you don't understand how it is to, to have this severe of asthma and to be dancing. Like, you can dance and you'll be fine. Like, I mean, granted, I have a hole in my heart, so, like, my cardio and my endurance is something that just kind of goes up and down my entire life. So, like, we both had some conditions, and it's life, but we always vowed to do what we want, live life how we want to live it, and, like, fuck what everybody else has to say. Literally fuck what everybody else has to say, and making it to 30. I'm 30 years old. I turned 30 July 6th, and 10 days later I celebrate my brother, upgrading from this world. This world is cool and all, it's great, but I'm sure it's better on the other side. I'm hoping, he gets to do whatever he wants. He could be wherever he wants. He has no limitations. He has perfect lungs. He has a perfect body. He has a perfect everything, whatever it is, whatever that afterlife is, whatever that upgrade is, whatever heaven looks like to some people, the up above, whatever that looks like to people. Like, it's there, energy doesn't die, it's neither created or destroyed. So he's still here, and I feel him all the time. A few months ago, I had finally, like, unpacked everything into my apartment, like, officially unpacked, those times where you just kind of, like, put stuff in, like, a little storage or, room that you have in your apartment, and just kind of, like, I'm gonna leave it there. I finally did that, and with doing that, I set up my altar space for my brother. I put out my own stuff, like my pictures in my room, like, finally settling into the space and, like, telling myself it's okay, and I felt more connected to him now more than I did before. And it's crazy how setting up a designated space for someone who has died and moved on into the spiritual world, and, like, being able to have that space where you can always just honor them, look at them, see them, view them, all these things, right? It's beautiful. It's amazing. That connection, that energy that is generated from it. Sorry, I keep yawning. My schedule's been crazy, but I truly do miss him so much, and, like, it's so, like, it feels so unreal sometimes, because I think, and I'm just like, damn, like, he's really not here. Like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to continue to, like, push forward. How am I going to be able to do this without him, And I realize every day, like, I'm going to have to. And if not with him, for him, and for myself, obviously. But grief and death is a very interesting thing, We all go through it. We all are going to die at one point, We all are going to lose somebody that we hold dear to, but we never know until it happens to us what it's like. It's different. A lot of people don't talk about it. The form of disconnect that you have with people, the more you can't relate to certain people because their life is all sunshine and rainbows, or at least it's masked and presented that way. But you no longer sugarcoat. You no longer like put up with bullshit. You no longer just tolerate things. It's like, no, like, you can get on with that. I know for me, I don't settle anymore. I speak what's on my mind. With respect. That's one thing that some people forget is, with respect, with compassion, with grace, but respectfully, like, fuck you type stuff, like, excuse my French. But I guess the point of this message was just like, or this episode was just to come out here and just honor my brother and honor those who have lost somebody and who are going through grief or experiencing the loss of a lot of anything. Grief isn't linear. It's not specific to just losing people. It's losing parts of ourselves. Just because we lose somebody doesn't mean we just lose that person. We lose who we are with that person who was here. Now we are this new person. So we have to grieve that old version of ourselves, grieve the loss, and then grieve whatever else comes with it. So if, for example, I moved, I have to grieve the connection and that distance that I had with my friends and family. And like, I had to grieve that Meela who was just from California. I had to grieve this Meela who was so family oriented and now has no family around her. I have to grieve the Meela who had Jamel right by her side. I had to grieve the Meela who loved being home in San Diego with 70 degrees weather and cool ocean breeze. If you go through a breakup, I had to grieve a breakup. I had to grieve the person I was with that person, and then grieve the fact that, like, dang, I thought my brother brought this person to me, but he probably did say, hey, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Like, grieve that. And there's so much that we have to grieve, and people don't realize it. But grieving the loved one is probably the most hardest one. You're going through with life with a gap, with the void that you can no longer feel, and it wasn't yours to feel with. Like, relationship, it's, you keep it pushing and you move on and you learn to adapt, and that's great, but that family member, that mother, that daughter, that son, that sister, that favorite uncle, your favorite cousin, your twin, your best friend, anybody, any loss, like, severe like that, like, it does something to people, and some people just don't understand what it's like to form a whole new life without this person, and to just talk about the person, to just live with the memories of that person. And I'm so grateful for them. I don't want to come off like, oh, well, you're not grateful. At least you have all these memories. Of course, I am 100% happy, but it does not change the fact that I am devastated, that I'm sad and upset that I don't get to make new ones. Fuck out of here. One thing, I'm just going to take a huge left right now really quick. One thing I do not appreciate about people who try to find the light at the end of the tunnel, like, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, it just is what it is, right? Like, at least you have these memories. They're in a better place. Stop saying bullshit like that. Guys, that does not help. That does not help. Like that, if anything, it makes it worse. If y'all hear me, y'all ever said that to anybody, or let me know if you need anything. I need you to bring my brother back. I need you to bring my person back. Can you do that? Then leave me alone. Yes, it's all well intended. It's all like, hey, I'm here for you and I care. Yes. Instead, ask like, hey, what do you need? How can I support you? How can I be there for you? You know, ask us what we need. Because we may not know what we need, but if somebody asks, we're like, what do I need? And then we could probably fulfill it ourselves. But if we can't, we will be willing to say, hey, I need you to bring me some clothes today. I need you to bring me some soup at work because I don't feel good and I'm here and I shouldn't be here, but I am. Or that boss, hey, I need you to like help me find coverage because I can't be here anymore. I don't feel good. Ask questions, but stop saying stuff like they're in a better place, or at least you have those memories. Yes, I know that I have these memories. And for those who don't know, I have a different form of grief when it comes to my brother. I have some PTSD from it because I am the one who found him dead. And then me and my mother had to kind of like try to resuscitate him. So we have a whole experience of seeing him take his last breath and finding him dead. Like the last week I had a very, very bad dream to where he was shuffling in my kitchen, my new apartment kitchen and stuff. He was just shuffling, doing his thing, and it felt great and it was nice. And then he slipped, fell, hit his head, and was dead. And I woke up like feeling like the day that it happened. Like the PTSD is real. Like when I hear a thud, I panic. You know, if somebody like faints or doesn't feel good, like I'm over here like, hey, are you okay? Like, what do you need? Like I'm overly like aware, and it's crazy and it's scary. Somebody at work pounded on the door today, and it literally jolted my nervous system to where I started panicking, and I had to work through it because I was at work. You know, like it was intense. But I have some PTSD from when my brother died, and it takes a toll. You know, sometimes when like locked door, when there's doors that are locked or there's weight on a door, that could trigger me, you know, in a state of panic, because when I found him, I had like opened the bathroom door and it was very heavy. So every time I feel that type of like anything, like if I'm opening a door in the bathroom and say a rug, it's like that's my biggest fear now, was opening a door and finding somebody, you know, like it's crazy. There's a lot. It's crazy, you know. So I try to work through it as much as I can. I still get very, very blocked up memories, going back to what I was saying, what people don't understand about grief, and like, you know, saying that we have these memories with these people, those who have severe like PTSD or trauma with the loss of that person. They don't realize that as a protective coping mechanism, my brain wiring is kind of like, no, we don't need to look at these memories, or like it's altered or it's blocked because like I have a natural defense mechanism where like I am good at compartmentalizing, really, really good at it, like really fucking good at it, like too good, it's bad, to suppress emotions, to suppress any type of feelings or thoughts. Like instantly I can just boop, I'm pretty sure my brain just automatically does it. So say I'm trying to have a memory of my brother, and then like boom, like it could be blocked, you know, for all that matters. I have to try really hard. I have to like really look at pictures and like really think about him for it to like really hit and register for me to feel these things. And it sucks, you know, it really does suck. So dealing with the trauma and the PTSD from my brother's death is just, it's a lot. It's really a lot, you know. Pride is never the same. You know, we were getting ready for Pride. So my experiences with Pride just aren't the same anymore. It's like I'm comparing it, or I'm upset about it, or I just can't enjoy it as much as I do and I want to, you know. But sometimes it's just really hard, and it's hard. Yeah, July is a hard month for me now. It's like my birthday, and then 10 days later, it's like my brother's death anniversary. So it sucks, it truly does. I really do wish he was here, and knowing that I cannot do anything to bring him back or to reverse time and go back in time is really challenging. Like, you watch all these shows and all these things are happy endings, and they're like, oh, this person survived, or oh, this person, they got through the surgery, or those cool movies where they can go back in time and change everything, or change everything and the same thing happens, the same fate happens, but look on the bright side, right? Yeah, go back and just switch. Like, I really wish my life was a movie sometimes where we can just kind of rewind and pretend it didn't happen, But death and grief, it makes people different. And not a lot of people talk about it. I don't know if they do. I haven't heard it yet before, Not a lot of people talk about their grief, and not a lot of people talk about death, and it brings a lot of feelings of discomfort, and it is really uncomfortable. I can't admit that, and it also makes other people uncomfortable. When people ask, they're like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh, it's my brother's death anniversary today." They're like, "Oh," you instantly see it. It's just like, "Oh fuck!" Like, what do I say? Like, what do I do? You don't say anything. Somebody today said, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Thank you." That's all they can say. And I appreciate that. Not like, oh, like, that's all. You ask. I'm very open about stuff like that. So just, if you know anybody who's grieving somebody, check in on them. See how they're doing. Let them know that you're there. Don't ask if you need anything. Let me know. What if I need $1,000? You gonna give it to me? But I just want people to know that, like, it's okay to talk about grief with people. It's okay to talk about people's loved ones. It's not okay to, like, dismiss it or tell them it's been this amount of years. People have a different time frame of healing. Like, I don't expect myself to grieve quicker than my mom, or for her to get over it more than me. If anything, I expect her to be grieving longer than me. Or, I mean, not longer, but you know what I mean? Like, it losing a child is different. I can only imagine, I know I'm not an only child, but that feeling of, like, I am the only child right now. Living child, I would say. The only living child. And that sucks, We came in this world a year and a half apart together. But that's my twin right there, We look so much alike. He had the cute dimples, though. Little jelly. I have always been jealous about those goddamn dimples. Although it's kind of like a... What do they call it? It's a... What the fuck is it called? They always say, like, it's like a defect. Like a defect or something like that. But yeah. He was a really cool person, though. He loved shuffling. He was a huge gamer. He liked playing, like, Call of Duty and, like, adventure games, He loved anime. He's the one who got me liking anime and really tapping into it. His favorite is Dragon Ball Z. I got him watching Hunter x Hunter, though, because he didn't watch it, and he asked me about it, and I said, you gotta watch it, bro. You gotta watch it. It's so good. Hunter x Hunter is, like, my favorite anime, like, my most favorite. Have I watched it again? I only watched it one time. Only one time. But I absolutely fell in love with it. It's one of my favorite ones. And then he ended up watching it. He's like, yo, this is good. I was like, right? How can I put someone who loves anime onto an anime? But that's the OG anime, that one's a really good, it's an old one. But I really love it. It's a really good concept. Like, the character is amazing. Yeah, my favorite is Killua, but Gon and Killua, they come as a dual package, so you can't just choose one over the other. Like, you gotta kick both of them. But if I pick somebody, definitely Killua. Yeah, so His favorite color is blue. Like blue anything. Like I remember when we were younger, he would always be like, that's turquoise, or that's teal, or that's sky blue, or that's like baby blue. I'm like, how do you know the difference, bro? Like, it's a blue. It's a light blue, a blue, and a dark blue, and a royal blue, and navy blue. Like, though, I get it, you know, but he knew every shade of color, like, of purple. I mean, not purple, blue. Every shade of blue. And you couldn't tell him nothing. He dressed very stylish. He was a very stylish dude, had way too many clothes and shoes, but he did have an outfit for every shoes and every shoe for every outfit. That's one thing. And if he didn't, he would go out and buy it. His favorite place to go was H&M, or if you're from San Diego, Buffalo Exchange. He loved his little thrift stores. But his favorite shoes were like Vans. He definitely loved his Vans. He had a lot of different colors and different styles. Let's see, what else? His favorite, like, singer and, like, artist is Chris Brown. Everybody knows him. He loved him some Chris Brown. And then his favorite female is Jhené Aiko. Like, those are his two people. Let's see. What movies that we would always watch together was, like, White Chicks. He wasn't really a big Mean Girls fan. That was my thing. But we would watch White Chicks. We'd watch Little Man. We'd watch, like, all those movies back in the day that, like, Meet the Spartans was probably one of our funniest ones. We loved that one. There was this one, I think, was it Meet the Spartans, where there was a Harry Potter bit inside of it. And he was under the cloak that was obviously not invisible. But she made it funny, and the character was like, where am I? Where am I? And my brother, and every time I would say it after that, he would be cracking the hell up. I'm like, where am I? He would just die laughing, bro. But yeah, like there's so many memories with him that, like, I miss him so much. He always had gauges. He had double zeros, double O's, double zeros, whatever you call them. Yeah. What else? He had just got into, like, growing his hair out and getting, like, braids and stuff, like, and doing, like, twists. Like, that was his new thing. That, like, he liked that his hair grew out that long and stuff like that. And he looked really clean with it too, especially when he, like, dyed it blue too. It was really nice. Yeah. His system was PlayStation all day, every day. That was his system. Couldn't tell him nothing. He loved Jeeps. He loved Jeeps. Or when he was younger, he wanted a Hummer. He definitely wanted a Hummer. Let's see. He loved coffee. Coffee was, like, his favorite drink. He loved drinking him some coffee. He'll fall asleep with a half a cup of coffee, wake up, try to heat it up and drink it again. Like, the boy loved coffee. Favorite food, it was definitely, like, any Asian style food. So he loved him some ramen. He loved him some pho. But the boy could eat. He loved food. Food was his favorite thing in the world is food. Like, if he came to your house, he opened up your fridge and tried to figure out what he could eat. And if there was a party, he had like 1,000 plates. He would eat the entire time. I don't understand how he was so tiny and still fucking ate. He ate a lot. But he also loves seafood. So as y'all know, he loves his little seafood broil, his scrimps. His favorite thing to cook back home, like at home, if he was at home cooking, would be his sausage and peppers. Saute those, so he put it over rice. That was always a smacking meal. Like he did that. Top ramen at home, the way we like suited up, sous chefed it up, fire. Always cut up some like onions, jalapenos, cilantro. What else? We put some garlic in there, lemon juice, hot sauce. Like, we did the whole shebang. He taught me everything about it. Like, anything that I know about cooking, most of it came from him, because he loved to cook, and he baked. He loved him some cheesecake. He loved making him some cheesecake, for real. His cheesecake was always the best. Like, my mom thinks hers is the best, which they're good, you know, but my brother's cheesecake, on point. But she the one who taught him how to do it. So there's that. He liked Harry Potter. He one time I walked into the house and he was just watching Harry Potter. I was like, dang. Like, I walked in the house like 2 or 3 days in a row, like, or several times throughout the whole day. And I was like, are you still watching Harry Potter? He's like, yeah, I'm watching all of them. I was like, bro, what? Yeah, we love to go on roller coasters. We always sat in the front. That was my left hand for real. What else? Yeah. He loved to go get him some Bath and Body Works. I think it was graphite, granite, or ocean breeze. All the male scents, mahogany tea. Like, he'd get all of them. Those were his things for sure. He liked drinking Modelo for beer, but he actually branched out into a lot of different types of beers and tried them all. He liked to drink. He liked to try a lot of new things, which I really loved about him. Let's see. He liked to have his Jamel. Yeah. I miss him a lot. Miss him so much. But yeah, don't ever forget to recall memories of your loved ones. Don't ever forget to shout out your loved ones, talk to them. And this goes to me too. Sometimes it's hard for me to do it, but sometimes we need to. And it doesn't have to be all the time. And that's one thing that they always be trying to guilt trip us about, is like, oh, I don't talk about him every day. I don't say his name every day, or this and that. Like, you say it when you feel it. You say it when you want to. You talk when you want to. You do when you want to, But as long as we do it, that's all that matters, right? But, all right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna go about my day. In honor to my brother, Jamel Anthony Miller, I love you. And I miss you. It's been 2 years. And there's going to be more years to come. But I'm always going to honor you. I'm always going to respect you. And I'm always going to love and miss you. And I know those who are hearing this agree. We love you. And may you rest in beautiful paradise, bro. Hey y'all, quick disclaimer. I wanted to give you this trigger warning just in case someone does get triggered or feel emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically uncomfortable. We will be discussing topics such as grief, loss, death, trauma, sexual assault, domestic violence, anything that can be very traumatic to someone's emotional, mental, or spiritual well-being. We just wanted to give you this quick little update just so that you can prepare yourself. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get into it.